It's a great honor and a privilege to introduce Mickey Kantor. We're here at Beit Vilna in Tel Aviv.
Yes,
And Mickey, if you could just mention a little bit about this most amazing...
This place, it was established by survivors about 50 years ago with the help of President Zalman Shazar. And this is the library here. It's like an archive. Everything has been here preserved and activated by volunteers. We are all volunteers all these years. So you can see here we have books and of memory and history and some documents and documentation. We have a website. We got materials from survivors and from ancestors of survivors. And we have a lady, she's on this library. She's working very hard to keep the library alive, and people are coming, students and visitors, and this is the place. We love it. We love the smell, we love the atmosphere, and this is the only place in Israel who is a home for the Litvak heritage. There's the only one. So now we are not only Vilna and Vicinity, which was a decision of our management, now to open it to all Litvak heritage. So we have it from everywhere, not only Vilnius, not Vilna, but Kaunas and all other cities and villages and Jewish communities in Lithuania.
Wow. And
this part belongs to a Globoki organization. Then when they donated the money to buy the place, the Globoki they brought money. They have third part of this building, but they are not activate not anymore. But this is their place, and we respect it. They are coming once a year for memorial. And now you can see here all these old photos from Vilna, Yiddish gas. It's very old. Yeah. Vilna, this is from Globoki. Yeah. You can see it all here, all around, like that. And here behind, you can see the Gaon from Vilna, Tzemach Shabbat, Rav Chaim Oizer, and all the others. These are the fathers of the community from Vilna. Now you can see here how it was, by whom it was established. It's written in Yiddish, so you can read it. You can see the president from Israel, Zalman Shazar, and all the people who donated here. Abraham Aronson, Aryeh Orbach, Chaim Basok, Tzvia Wilstein, she's very well known. She was Avraham Sutzkever, and all the Aryeh Sheftel and all the others.
And when was it established?
1973, 1972, 73.
And Mickey, how long have you been associated with?
Me, myself, I was first in Vilna with my mother. There was a big group from all over the world came to Vilna when it was 50 years to the Ghetto Vilna liquidation, 1993. And it was for me a very shocking, shaking event. but I was still busy with my family and my children. But 10 years later, when it was 60 years, 2003, I came into activities here. Very quick I became, with the management, and the chairman Michael Shemiavitz, the late Michael Shemiavitz, he took me like his right hand. And now I'm a chairman for, I can't remember, I think 8 or 10 years already, something like that. This is, you can see the Vilna clock. It's very old. This is a painting, it was painted the alley by Simcha Ben Shaul. He was a survivor from Kantor. And he put it here. Oops. And here you can see, this is Mark Rojeski. He was one of the establishers of the place. These are our March of the Livings that we started in Vilna and Ponar. We started with it, we've been there about 10 or 11 times already. The first March of the Living, we were with Buzzi Herzog, who is now the president. He was a friend of mine. And every year we used to go there, and here you can see survivors, the second generation, and they also were third generation. This is Faina Kukliansky. She's the chairman of Lithuania, a Jewish community in Lita. Moshe is chairman of Moshe Shapiro, chairman of from Shvenjan, and these are our friends in the Vicinity also. This is a memorial room. And you can see here survivors put their families' names, were killed in Lithuania. Most of them were from Vilna and Vicinity.
And this is a Sefer Torah?
It is an old one, but it was donated by Yoav Shapira from Guluboki. You can see here about our memorial days. You can see here all names. This is my grandparents, Pesel Zon, Avraham and Mera. They were my mother's parents.
And where were they?
In Vilna.
In Vilna.
Yes. Avraham was killed when he was in the hospital during the ghetto time, and Mera, her mother, my mother and her mother, on the day of the liquidation day, they were sent to Stutthof and Kaiserwald, and about, I think, a few days before the Russian came in, my grandmother was at the hospital there, and they bombed the hospital, and she was killed, and my mother went with the March of the Death in the forest, and somehow she was 16 years old. She came to Israel, to Palestine, and all the rest is history.
And she survived?
She survived from all her family. She was the only one who survived. Nowadays, I found out they had another. She had two not uncles, two. Her father's sisters, they were living in St. Petersburg, and she didn't know. She didn't know anything about their existence. And 2 years ago, one of the granddaughters found me here in Israel, and it's another story, a very long story.
It must have been amazing to reconnect.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
So you can see it a lot, some of Svetian, Vilnius, from everywhere. So everyone who wants to commemorate his family can have it here. We still have places, and
it's very special.
Yes. So this is the synagogue of Vilna. This is our
Yes, Abercrombie.
And you can see here all the photos from, this is from 1993, photo 1940. We got it as a present from the Lithuanian embassy in Israel.
And this is the original? From the original?
No, it's a copy.
But it's from the original?
Yes. We had a special event for the Gaon. We got the stamps, a special stamp that we got it from the embassy for 300 years birthday of the Gaon.
And Mickey Abicha?
This we brought from the synagogue in Vilna. They were make some renovation there, and we found it there somewhere, and we brought it here. This is from the Gymnasia Talmud from 1937. You can see Dr. It's Lieber and Sutzkever, a lot of well-known names. And this is also from the synagogue. They broke parts of from the how do you call the upper part of the door. It was thrown away there, so we took it with us from the shulchan.
It's amazing.
From a window. There are things that we just found there.
But it's unbelievable. This is the original.
The original. Yes. These people you see here, this is a group of the Yiddish Spiel. They make here some rehearsals for the shows, or now they have a rehearsal for Memorial Day.
For Yom HaShoah.
Yom HaShoah, okay. So they are here for a few mornings. And these are also the photos. These big photos, they were made by Beit, if you heard about this artist from Vilna. He had a great exhibition 2 years ago in Vilna. Moiver, his artistic name was Moiver because he was studying in France. So this is the map of the communities in Vilna area. Vilna, Bialystok and Novgorod, 1939. These are the paintings of Lapkowski, who was a painter in Vilna. This is original, and these are reproductions. You can see the same alley during the winter, autumn, spring, and this is winter, spring, and summer. In the same alley, different colors, you can see. And these are some others. This is from Borovichik, as I told you before. This is a special monument We have a special connection adopted Navy unit, and they adopted us. We have common activities. On the Yom HaShoah, every year we are going to the headquarters here, and we to take part in the ceremony. This is a submarine Dakar that was drawn by the Soviets, and they made a special memorial cabin. And one of the team, it was a doctor. He was from Kaunas, and he was drowned also. He just changed his duty on the same day, and this was his bad luck. So you can see they made a special...
It's amazing.
Yes. So this place, it's a place for culture, for heritage.
And Mickey, well, you have a lovely... This is such a nice model.
This perhaps you recognize Samuel Bach.
Yeah. And these are originals.
These are original of some anonymous. They were donated it. This is a model of Hakape Malina, one of the children that were hiding here. He made a model to show how they were hiding beneath the roof. It's all written in Hebrew. So you can see, have you been to Hakape in Vilnius? It's
Yes, we were there, and it's a building complex, a very big.
Two big,
That's right,
long buildings. So this is only a model, and the children there, they made, to play, they made like a malina, and when there was in the Aktia, they took the adults that were there, and a few of their family, and they were hiding under the roof here. This is, they make it a little bit larger to show it.
It's amazing.
We, children from school are coming here every year, and he come here to tell the story. Yes. Now this year he's not coming anymore. Kemen Man, he's a little bit too old. So, but we have it.
And he was a child.
He was a child, and his cousin, Dr. Aaron Einat, who was with, he was a member here. He was a member in the management of our community. He wrote a book. He made a research doctorate about everyday life in the ghetto. And he used to make speeches here, and to children, to everyone who comes here. He was with us in Vilna to, we made tours. He was explaining everything there. He was a tremendous person. And here, this is our late, now he's President of Honor, Michael Shemiavitz. We also called the library on his name. And these are medals we got, even me and myself, I got it from the Prime Minister and from the Minister of Foreign Affairs for my activities. I mean, it was about 10 years ago. So we...
it's wonderful.
You can see. This is this we got from the unit of the submarine. This is a part of a propeller.
Propeller, that's
yes.
Right. Oh, and here's we remember.
Yes. And they changed a little bit the configuration here. This is Nechama Lifshitz. You know about Nechama Lifshitz? She's a very well famous singer from Vilna. She was she came to Israel. You know, don't you know her name?
No, I've heard, but
She's a very
but
famous.
not as a story somewhere.
Nowadays they have this second year of competition of Yiddish singers in Vilna, and next year we're going to host the winners here in Israel. Yes. So this is a picture when she was very young. Her daughter is a member in our. Today is her Memorial Day.
Today.
5 years, especially today. 5 years ago she passed away. This is a sketch of Alexander Bogen, an original of the the alley with in Vilna. This we got from, we had here a special event a month ago for Abba Kovner with his son and daughter, and there was a person from Moreshet from the museum, and he brought us this plaque.
Very special.
Yes, yes, as a present. And now you can see, this is my painting. I painted it, it's Ponar, in my vision, in my
You're very
model,
gifted,
like a
it's
model.
very special. Yeah.
Yes. I intend to donate it to the Jewish Museum in Vilna. I don't know how I'm going to take it, but and these are, you see, this is a very special place in Vilna with the two clocks. And this is also, and this is where we light the candles, the memorials. It's also my work. And that's it, in a very quick glance.
It's amazing. The work you do here is incredible. Mickey, thank you so much.
Yes, and we have a very, very good group of volunteers. Very much, we are here. We were here yesterday night because we have a very special event Sunday, participating with the Lithuanian ambassador Lina Antonoviciene and the ambassador of the Netherlands, and we are taking with a Zoom Rob Zwartendik from Holland, who is the son of Jan Zwartendik, who was a consul of honor with Sugihara, and he was the one who make the visa to Curacao.
That's right.
He was the one who, because you didn't need a visa to Curacao, so they could save about 2,500 or 3,000 Jewish people.
And the son, he's in Holland?
He is living in Holland, the son, and we have connection with him, and Sunday we are going to have a special event to contribute him, and there will be Katya Gusaro from Yad Vashem. She's on the Chasidei Umot HaOlam, the Righteous Among the Nations. She will be here to give a lecture, and also one of the survivors, Beryl Shaw, that he was survived by Zwartendik.
And
He will be here on Sunday.
It's this Sunday?
The coming Sunday, 6 o'clock. I wish you could be here with us.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, thank you. טוב, סליחה, לצייר Shalom. So these are the gates. They were made by the artist Alexander Bogen from Vilnius, from Vilna, not Vilnius. He was a child in the ghetto, and he was a partisan. And this you can see here scenes from the old Vilna, from the streets, from the all the alleys, the Jewish places, the synagogue. You can just go and we keep it here. This is Vilna, Yerushalayim, Delita. That's what's written here. This is Beit Vilna.